What's up, YouTube? I decided to make another video because I forgot all about this. But yes, over 2 days ago, whatever. So we all know the beef that Drake and Chris Brown had. They had the infamous club incident last year around like what was it, June, sometime in June or whatnot. And supposedly what happened was, they were both in a club party and blah blah blah, and rumor is I think Chris had sent Drake a bottle of whatever, and Drake sent the bottle back with a note saying that's why I'm effing the love of your life. I'm assuming of course talking about Rihanna, and that's how they kind of got into it. Their entourage both was beefing, and bottles were thrown. It was just a hot mess. His bodyguard got bloody. It was just a mess. A lot of people got injured, and so they having this whole people suing the club, and everybody, Drake suing Chris suing Drake. It's just a hot mess. But yeah, so like I said, 2 weeks ago, Chris was out promoting his new single "Fine China" on different radio stations and just everywhere, MTV, different things like that. So he did an interview with like Angie Martinez. He did an interview with the Breakfast Club, 105.1 Breakfast Club, just different people. Sway in the morning. And, of course, they was going to ask him about the Drake beef and whatnot, and what they have on between him, because, Chris did a remix to R.I.P. I think that's featuring Jeezy, and is it Kendrick Lamar? I don't know, but R.I.P. remix, and basically on it, he's basically like saying, you say you started from the bottom, but then come out the closet, whatever, talking about Drake, because Drake has a song called Start From the Bottom for his first single off his new album coming out. So, yeah. So, during the interviews, Chris basically, he basically was saying that him and Drake, they don't really get along, and Drake don't like him, Drake don't like him, he don't like Drake, and they, he said some people just not gonna click, and personality's not gonna click, blah blah blah. And he was like, well, he still make great music or whatever, he's a great writer, but it is what it is. But 2 days ago, Drake was in New York, and he did an interview with Elliot Wilson, I think that's his name, whatever. He was there doing some function for Michael Jordan. I don't know if it was a charity event or something like that. But anyway, he came up and he did an interview in New York. And so the guy basically, of course, asked him about everything that's going on in the press, and saying how Chris Brown had did a couple of interviews talking about him and all this other stuff. And Drake basically saying that Chris is insecure. And that he's insecure because, for one, he makes better music than him. And for second, he's more popular than him. He's more popping. Like, what you guys say? I'm more popping. Okay. But basically saying I'm out there, I'm more popular than you, whatever. And lastly is because at one point, I had the woman that he loves in my lap, and I did like what any real nigga would do and treat her with respect. Of course, we all know he's talking about Rihanna, because it was rumored that they had something going on. They really never confirmed it, but kind of, I guess, it was after the incident that happened in 2009. Her and Drake supposedly had got close, and I don't know, maybe she slept with him, maybe she died. I don't know her personal life, whatever, but from how he's saying it, they had some kind of type thing, and at one point, and that's why Chris is mad, because he makes better music, and at one time he had his girlfriend, whatever. And so my whole thing on that is I'm a fan of Drake, love Drake music. I think he's really, really talented, great artist, great writer. I love his songs. Great, love the last album, Take Care. Chris Brown, love Chris Brown since he came out 2005. Yo, everything. I'm really big fans. I totally think you can't really compare his music and Chris Brown music and Drake music, because for one, Drake's a rapper, Chris Brown is a singer who likes to rap every now and again, but he's an R&B singer. So for you to say you make better music than him, and you both are really, really talented, make great music, but I just don't see the comparison. Like if you were saying, like, if it's like a Trey Songz or Miguel, okay, they both in the same genre of music, they both R&B, they sing, you can kind of compare that. But a rapper and the contact that they kind of use, and when rapping, I guess maybe but Drake's not really a real singer. He can sing, he can hold a note, but I just don't think him comparing, saying he can make better music. Okay. As far as him being more popular than him, I don't know. To each his own. Chris Brown is in the news every day. He's out there. People know him. And he's been out longer than Drake. When Chris Brown was out, I don't know if Drake was still on Degrassi, but Chris has been out longer than him. He has more exposure, so it's to each his own. Whatever. I feel like it's kind of stupid because now Chris Brown, he's with Rihanna. You know, they worked everything out and they're back together. Drake saying he really don't care about Chris Brown or Rihanna at this point. He's happy. He's trying to focus on his music. And he said, you know, him and Chris Brown have an issue and maybe they'll, you know, it'll continue. Or maybe 10 years from now, they'll both sit down, have drinks, and laugh about it. But whatever, that's their issue. He don't like how the media kind of, you know, had Chris Brown going up to the radio station and freestyling it over his beats from started from the bottom, kind of trying to continue everything. And he's just like, you know, nobody want to hear that man rap talking about Chris Brown. And somehow I do this for real, you know. It's not like a beef I had with Common, or it's not me and her Jay-Z Hove, you know, that kind of thing. He's a singer, I'm a rapper, so whatever. Let him just do his little Project X album and leave that man alone. So, at the end of the day, they both talented. I think they should just leave it alone. Like, you don't have to like everybody. Everybody's not going to click, and especially most guys when it has to do with a female, yeah. But, you know, let Chris do his thing. Drake, you do your thing. No more fighting, whatever. If you guys want to talk about each other in the songs, they probably are. But whatever. I just feel like it's so unnecessary. You know, especially Drake say he's not really caring about Rihanna like that. And she's now with Chris Brown. Like, whatever. Who cares? It's stupid. But yeah, I just wanted to give my little 2 cents on that because I heard the interview and I had felt some type of way about it when I heard it. Because it's like... really, you know, because Chris hasn't really said a lot, but he's been saying little subliminal things in songs and stuff like that. So Drake, you know, finally responded. So of course it was going to be everywhere. It was like all on Twitter and people were going crazy, like, wow, I can't believe he said this and that, and just like, really, black people, you gotta do better. But like I said, they're really both talented. Give it a rest, whatever. Yeah, just wanted to kind of speak on that. You guys let me know what you think. Leave your comments and how you feel about the whole situation. Drake, Rihanna, Chris Brown, and how they taking shots at each other because of a supposed relationship with Drake and Rihanna a minute ago. But yeah, that's me, and that's it. Peace.